Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Couch Time with Cassie. I'm your host, Cassie, and I am so excited to speak to you today. I am just kind of beaming. I had a little moment of clarity, and I just want to share it with you all. Maybe it'll serve to encourage you a little bit if you've been experiencing life the way I have and some other people I know have. Maybe this might be a little bit helpful. So, it's been a real serious winter, worse than we've had in a very long time. And I find that it's just been a representation of what people have been going through in their lives. And even my own life sometimes feels like it's a very long winter. Winter's not coming, it's here and it won't go away. And that can be represented by all sorts of difficulty, whether it's mental or emotional issues, anxiety, depression, unemployment, bad relationships, financial struggles, family struggles. It can all hit you and feel like the winter that just won't ever end. And sometimes it just compounds and just makes you feel like it's just going to just keep going forever. For instance, if anyone who knows me knows, I'm a summer girl. I'm an island girl. I hate being cold and I hate the winter. So the snow that we've been having has been absolutely horrendous. For those of you who doesn't know, I'm in New York. So we've been getting hit with snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm. And I feel like that sounds like life sometimes. I'm speaking to a friend who's been experiencing one challenge after another, after another, after another. And it just feels like it won't end. It just won't go away. And it's so, I won't even say easy, it's so natural to become downtrodden, to feel discouraged, to just feel like giving up because, like, what's the point? The moment I climb over this bump, here comes another one. But the moment I get over that one, here comes another one. Like, will this ever end? And the answer is yes, it actually will end. And that only happens if you hold on, if you keep fighting, if you keep moving forward. I took Ginger on a walk today, and that's where I kind of got the idea for this. And I'm walking through the complex, which if you saw me do pictures over the spring last summer, I love walking through it. The flowers, the trees, everything. And I'm just walking through and I'm looking around and there's still mounds and piles of snow everywhere in like different corners. But despite how harsh the winter has been, despite the fact that the flowers all died, everything is like without leaves and the trees are just kind of looking like they're at death's door, there are still items that survive the winter and are still green. There's still some hedges that are green. There's still some grass that's green. There's still some trees, like there's a giant pine trees that are still green. And it just, I feel like it reflects us. No matter how cold it's gotten, and it's been historically cold for the past few weeks, but no matter how cold it got or how much snow came down, there's still things that refuse to go brown. They refuse to lose their leaves and they stayed green because they've been made for these temperatures. And I feel like the hardships we experience in life sometimes, it's because we've been made for them. I know the phrase is God gives his toughest battles to his stronger soldiers. And I've seen more than enough memes that requesting God to take you off that list. If you get an answer, please let me know. I need to get through that as well. But the truth of the matter is that that's us sometimes. The hardships come, but we're still here. Difficulties happen, but we're still here. The relationships end, but you're still here. Jobs end, but you're still here. Debt may pile up, but you're still here. And that's just what I'm seeing as I'm walking through and looking at nature. The snow, the cold, the ice, the rain, the sleet, all the storm, the windstorms we had this year. And these trees, a couple of these hedges and these bushes and even some grass is just like, I'm still here. So I just wanted us to take a moment to look at nature and take an example of that. And no matter what happens, we're still here and we're here together. Now, as I was walking through and being super grateful that it was actually 52 degrees today, which may not sound like a big deal, but about 2 weeks ago, we were like around zero. We were freezing for days on end. We had like 2 weeks of like blistering cold. So 52 degrees almost feels like shorts and tank top weather. But just to think about the fact that only a couple of weeks ago, we were freezing and now it's 52. You can actually keep your coat open a little bit. I saw a couple of people open up their sunroof, and it's just like how quickly that can change. Now, when you were in November and December and January, even February, it didn't feel like that. But within a 3-week period, we went from freezing halfway to death to walking around with a light coats and light jackets, and some people are outside in hoodies. So it may seem like it's never going to end, but if you hold on, you'll get there. The last thing I wanted to share, which is part of my favorites, those of you who know I love gardening, I was whining about the snow, as you can probably guess. Mountains and mountains of it. And the moment it got warm and melted, we got another storm. And then it got warm and melted, and we got another storm. And I feel like Mother Nature is just playing with my emotions. But today, I actually looked at one of the areas where the snow had melted enough. And what did I see? The tulip buds have broken through the ground. So as much as I hate the snow, as much as I hate the cold, as much as I hate the winter, all of that snow watered the ground so much that the tulips have broken through. Normally, I don't see them until April, but I think all the excess water, and I'm not a gardening expert, so if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, but I think all the excess water from the melting snow is causing things to grow even faster. So I'm moving through the bushes. I see the grass is coming back up. And I know that's not exciting to a lot of people, but I've been really working on my lawn, and I'm seeding my lawn and all that other stuff. And so the fact that the grass is coming back, my tulip bulbs are coming up. So then the hydrangea bush is going to come up. It just gives me hope. Now, the piece that broke through the ground is about this big, but that tiny little piece of bud that's sticking out of the dirt and the fallen leaves and the snow and the mulch, that tiny little bit is enough to give me hope that things will be getting better soon. So, with all the storms, with all the trials, with all the tribulations that you've experienced, where can you see growth in your life? So, you've experienced disappointment here, letdown there, broken heart there, struggles here, struggles there. But if you look deep enough, there's growth there. It may not be huge, but there's a little bit of growth there to show you that your experience is not for naught. Like there was a point, there's a purpose behind what you went through. So don't let the pain and the suffering, trials and tribulations be for nothing. Make the decision that you're going to get something out of it. And if you look deep enough, you'll see maybe you're more resilient, maybe you're more patient, maybe financial struggles have made you more resourceful, where you've learned new ways to make things work, make a dollar out of 15 cents. Look deep within yourself to find out the areas where you've experienced growth, despite everything that's happening. And this revelation doesn't mean that everything is going to be perfect going forward. I promise you, it is not. However, now that we've got a little bit of blue skies, we've got 52 degrees, we've got grass coming back, we've got tulips breaking through the ground, revel in it, because something is going to happen at some point. It's guaranteed. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But when things are good, just revel in them and enjoy them. So now I am super excited about my little bit of tulips. So next thing you know, I'm going to be at Home Depot picking up my mulch. I'm going to be like figuring out what else I want to add. I'm going to be putting new lights outside because the moment that garden is in full bloom, you guys know I'm going to be outside every moment I get. So I just wanted to share that with you. I really hope you found it encouraging. Thank you so much for joining me on the couch today. I appreciate every single one of you. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, share, comment. If there's something you do to kind of help you through your hard times, I'm sure they can help someone else. So don't hesitate to share that. And thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again next time on the couch. Have a good day. Bye-bye.